Yo, 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 what is up? Welcome to another episode of the Johnny Hustle Anti-Establishment Show. You know, I kind of like the vibe from the last episode, so this will be more or less probably what I do. I'm just going to get on the camera, talk to you a little bit, let you know what I'm thinking, what's going on, my thought processes on the things that are going on. So here recently, there was, well, hold on, let me start here, because I think this will make more sense. So, you know, obviously everybody's probably heard about the Charlie Kirk assassination and everything like that. What I'm about to talk about today, it's gonna touch on that a little bit, but it's more of a deeper conversation for me. You know, I've been taking a lot of stock about life and the things that are going on. You know, Mondami winning in New York City, and you know, my political views are more of the conservative side of things. But like I realize that my thought process and views are going to be more catered towards anti-establishment. And hence why the show is called Johnny Hustle Anti-Establishment Show. And when I say more towards anti-establishment, you know, I'm starting to come to the recognition that the progressive movement in America and the conservative anti-establishment movement are a lot more similar than people really think that they are. Like, for example, the issues that we see for the progressive movement and for the anti-establishment movement, we both see the same things. We just have disagreements about how those things should be fixed. For example, money in politics is crazy. Like, I just can't understand, see or conceive how we are allowing corporations to donate millions and millions and millions of dollars to politicians and think that that is not going to corrupt how politicians create bills, vote on things. Like, it is mind-blowing to conceive that we walk through everyday life and things that affect us vastly, like the affordability issue, like the lack of not being able to buy a home, gas prices, you know, all of these things we look and we see that's going on, and 80% of it is because of the influence that corporations are now allowed to what's the word I'm looking for? Not supply, but allowed to influence politicians. So that's one issue that, as an anti-establishment conservative, I see. and the progressive movement sees. We just disagree with how to go about fixing it. Which, I mean, obviously, I think the end result is somewhere in the middle ground of how to fix some of these issues. But I am way more likely to vote, like, let's say there's a presidential election. I'm way more likely to vote for AOC than I am a Rubio. Because even though I don't agree with how AOC wants the world to look, I still believe that AOC cares. And I really think a major part of the issue that is going on with America, that is such a big divide between Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, and all of this stuff. I think the biggest issue out of all of it, out of everything, is that we, as a people, as a country, we are no longer unified. What do I mean by unified? So here's just how I think the world kind of goes and is viewed. Or not viewed, but how I think the world is built upon. The foundation is that strong individuals, or individuals period, individuals create a family. Families create communities. Communities create neighborhoods. Neighborhoods create cities. Cities create states or counties, so on and so forth, until everything expands out. So, if the foundation of everything is whether you have a strong individual or you have a weak individual, that is the foundation. Like, that's what all of it is built upon. And if everything is built upon family and the family structure, then to me, there's no bigger issue than keeping families together, keeping the core of your community together. Because once again, how can you have a strong community if you have weak families? It's not possible. You can't do it. And I think moving forward, we need to be more aware as a culture, as a people, that life doesn't happen in a vacuum. Life doesn't happen on the internet. Though I do want you to watch the Anti-Establishment Show, obviously. But that's not where life is. Life is outside. The internet, social media, I think has done more to destroy the fabric of American culture than anything else. Now we're just not, it used to be Democrat, Republican, whatever. They agreed on about 80% of things. That's a lot of agreement that they had going on. They disagreed about 20%. Now everything is a disagreement. Now politics has got to a point where it's no longer, oh, we want what's best for the family structure. It is, we want to tear the family structure apart completely. And I think this is both sides. Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. I think both sides kind of have done things, created policies that have just torn apart the family structure, the institution of family. And I think the more the government has started stepping into family life and what family is, has really just made things go cattywampus. I like all the random words. Probably heard me say mollywop on the video before. So, what do we need to do? How do we fix this issue that's going on in America? I think the first and foremost thing that we need to do is we need to start communicating with one another. We need to have good conversations, productive conversations. And I don't mean like these conversations on the internet where people are talking and they're talking about, or they're not talking, they're talking past each other. They care more about a gotcha moment. They care more about a viral moment than they do about actually talking to come to a consensus. I don't debate people. Now, don't get me wrong. I love having a controversial conversation with anybody, anywhere, anytime. But I don't debate. Because debate to me doesn't make sense. My position is not a set in stone position. I am always open to the possibility that I'm wrong. You'll have to prove to me I'm wrong, but I am always open to the possibility that I'm wrong because I know I'm a human being. I am fallible. I make mistakes just like anybody else. So I'm always open to that possibility. With that being said, I think we are consuming too much content of people being angry. I think we're consuming too much content of people being mad and not really, and them not really caring about what your best interest is. If somebody is giving you advice in life and everything that surrounds them is always in calamity, why are you listening to them? What are they even talking about? it it is too many things that are important in life for us to live in an echo chamber of negativity. Because I will say I don't even per se think there's anything wrong with an echo chamber. I don't live in an echo chamber. I listen to all types of different things. I consume all types of different content. But I don't think it's anything wrong with an echo chamber if it is an echo chamber of positivity. But if it's an echo chamber of negativity, if it's an echo chamber of caring about yourself less, if it's an echo chamber of vanity, if it's not giving you information to improve yourself, to help you, to make you grow, what are we consuming it for? What are we looking at this content for? And just like everybody else, I don't have a TikTok or anything like that. But I do watch a lot of YouTube. And sometimes I will, as they say, doom scroll on the YouTube shorts. Hate them. It is just, I do not like the YouTube shorts. I think that it could, I just don't like it. I don't like how the algorithm works or anything like that. But nevertheless, I find myself on there for long periods of time because that's what it's designed to do. And I think as a people, as Americans, if we could find a way to release ourselves, to renew our mind, to just wake up in the morning and not choose violence. Wake up in the morning and choose to be a better you. But that's all I have for today. I hope this little mini rant makes sense. Oh, also, like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers. If y'all can help me with that journey, so that way I can start live streaming, so I can get immediate feedback, that would be great. Thank you very much. I appreciate you watching another episode of the Anti-Establishment Show. This is your boy Johnny Hustle. Peace.